Alright, welcome guys. This is my first live YouTube video. I've done stuff on the computer before. I got a bunch of technology, as you might be able to see over here, and it's not very organized, but kind of digging through the pile as I start to try to sell it and recycle it. And I came across this machine. This is from the, I want to say mid 2000s, maybe, yeah, mid 2000s, I think 2006, 2007. This is an Optiplex 745. And I was like, yeah, it might be fun. So I've got a hard drive in there. I've got some amount of RAM. I have no idea if any of it works. And it has a Windows Vista license on the top. So we're going to kind of just have some fun. I actually did use XP, but Vista was what I spent the majority of my childhood on before 7 came out. So, yeah, we're going to just be experimenting with it on actual hardware, and we'll just see how it goes. So, we'll get started here. Gotta put my trusty flash drive in and turn it on. I don't even know if this computer really works. Let's see if this is on. Got our dollar store monitor here, or thrift store. Oh, it's got Windows 7 on it. Okay, that's cool. We're not really gonna mess with that because I don't know whose Windows 7 that is. Instead, we are gonna go for doing it ourselves. So let's see if we can make our way here to the BIOS. And yeah. Okay, we've got a Core 2 6400 and 4 gigs of RAM. And actually that date and time looks fairly close. It is actually Sunday, August 17th, although it is 4/27. Alright. And does it see our USB flash drive? It does. Okay, can we save our changes? Alright, I think it's F12 on these Dells. This is kind of, oh yeah, you can hear it beeping, so it definitely hurt us. And we can press the key and we can boot. I'm pretty sure Vista supports this. I know 7 does. I know XP's USB support can be a little finicky, so hopefully I've got everything. I also copied over the drivers that I think are going to be necessary. Dell actually used to, well, they still do, but publish driver cabs for this machine, but for some reason I couldn't find any existence of a Vista driver cab. So there's one for XP, one for 7. Maybe in another video we'll put XP on this. But if I'm going to resell it or whatever, I definitely want to have the legal version of Windows on it, which at this point is Vista Business. So I don't have OEM recovery media for this machine. But I am a Microsoft partner, or my company is rather, so I was able to just download the necessary media from MSDN. And yep, somebody's Windows 7's on there, but we are going to wipe it out entirely. And we're just going to clean disk 0. And that should do that, and if we refresh, it should be all gone. Kind of thought about doing a SSD for this, but I was like, you know what, it'd be more fun to experience it exactly as it was meant to be. And I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. So those were turned up pretty loud. Probably a good thing we didn't let that play, but hopefully we'll even be able to hear the original sounds. This computer is USB 2 only. This computer is before USB 3 was pretty commonplace, so this installer may take a few minutes. I think we will come back when this installation's actually completed. Alright, we're back, and as we wait, I found something else interesting in my pile. This is Microsoft Office 2007. This is the home and student version, and somebody bought it from Best Buy for $150. I believe I picked this up at an auction. I generally do a lot of government surplus auctions, and so I'm pretty sure that's where this came from specifically. I'll make sure, yes, keys on the back. So, man, I miss the days where that's what the CDs used to look like. They used to be those beautiful holographic CDs to like tell you that it was genuine software. And I remember people would actually try to counterfeit these. I don't think this is everything that was supposed to come with it. But we've got a lovely get up to speed fast, and it shows how to activate your software, which we might try to do on this machine. I haven't decided. And then a cute little booklet they sent along to tell you like about all those versions of Office 2007 that they had. Yeah, so just a kind of oh, it folds out even more. That is so cool. Look at that. Wow, that is like really neat. Yeah, that is like super cool. One day I'll probably do a video on SharePoint server and Exchange server and stuff, because I used to do a lot of administration with that kind of thing before we came to Office 365 and Azure and all that jazz. But yeah, so we will be checking that out. But first up, looks like we might be getting into Vista here. Probably took about 15-20 minutes for us to get to this point. Yes, here we are. I remember this screen. I always thought that this should have been kept in 7, because I always thought this was the coolest thing in the world. And that is actually the picture I had on my account for the longest time. So we're gonna set up a username here, and yeah, and I think I always use this photo if I recall. I'll just leave the default name. Well, it can try to check for updates. I don't think it's capable of it. We are Eastern time zone, so we're going to go with that. And, well, it obviously detected the network connection. I did put it on a guest network just so it could connect to the internet if it wants to, but also keeping us nice and safe, because that is definitely a thing. Oh, I remember this when the performance checker... Oh no, it's okay. All right. When the performance checker thing was actually built in to part of the setting up process. They didn't do this in 7. But yeah, that is that was awesome to see. It's a little slow, but it kind of shows you all the things. You know, if I remember right, this is what the version that had the Windows Movie Maker software and stuff was all on this. Yeah, it is crazy to see this after all this time, you know. I don't know about some of y'all, I enjoy doing this on the actual hardware, to be honest. This is to see it on real hardware. It's one thing, I mean, it's pretty easy to spin up a VM, but to be able to actually experience it and see what it looked like, you know, because I mean, now I work off of three monitors, you know, and all that, but back in the day I had a very similar setup, although I had mine was HP. I had an HP tower and a little HP monitor, but yeah, I mean, this was what I had to work with, you know, with speakers and all that, but yeah, it is really cool to see some of this. I'd love to play with Windows Mail. Wow, there it is, the Vista Sound. Fun fact, for those of you who participate in the Windows 11 Insider builds, I think it was this last build that Microsoft actually, somebody in the team actually set the Windows 11 boot up sound to be the Windows Vista boot up sound, which is kind of, you know, funny. Vista was kind of infamous for its unreliability when it first came out. This is MSDN Media, so this is Service Pack 2, but yeah, there we are. Look at that. This is just so cool seeing this. We got our Core 2 CPU, 4 gigs of RAM, and this is a 64-bit system. The sidebar. Yeah. So we are actually on the internet, which is not something I expected, although I think it's supposed to display a globe down here, so maybe we're not. Let's check that out. Are we online? No, it doesn't seem like we managed to get online. We got an IP. No, we are not online here. Although I'm kind of wondering if that's a driver issue, because it found the Ethernet card, I guess. Here's a Broadcom. Well, we're gonna update those drivers, and we will see if that solves our problem. So let's explore this. We'll copy these drivers to be local to the C drive. And we're just going to install them one after another here. Just like you might have done back in the day. SoundMax. So I guess it just has some generic one right now. I don't actually know if that's even necessary, but we're going to just install it anyway, just for the fun of doing so. Okay. It's honestly snappier than I thought it was going to be. I mean, this is a hard drive. And it actually is honestly pretty fast. It just kind of goes to show you. Let's see if I can show it. Yeah, it's a Western Digital 500 gigabyte hard drive. We'll restart our computer later. Let's see. I know this 266 is the BIOS, so we might do that last. And then let it reboot. Is it going to install that driver? I guess it didn't launch the setup on its own. So we'll install the chipset driver so we can get our VGA. I think that's only like a 1366 monitor, but oh, it did freeze up. Oh, it is kind of locked up here. Okay. So we're off to a good start. We got our sound driver and we're already frozen. So yeah. Maybe we are going to have to restart. Yep, we are locked up. So we're going to give it a quick reboot here. And while I'm giving it a reboot, I'm just going to check on my internet setup and see if I can figure out why my internet didn't come through. Okay, so looks like it's the machine's fault because we do have internet, so we should be fine here. Oh, that startup sound. Man, I miss Vista and 7 for that. That is just so cool to see. It's still way snappier than I honestly thought it would be. Let's try this again. If not, we might have to just manually load the drivers. Nope, it is back to not responding. Okay, well that went well. Let's just point Windows at the driver and see if it can do it itself. I do believe that the drivers are in this folder. Okay. Well, since it can't handle that, we're just gonna speed it along here. Oh, it did not find that. There shouldn't be 2 graphics cards on this computer. Oh, it is not having a good time at all with that. Maybe this is the SATA driver? Ah, this is the SATA driver. Okay. I thought that was going to be the GPU, but that is actually just the SATA and chipset, I would guess. Still, it's very strange. I don't believe that this machine has two GPUs. No, it doesn't, unless there's something hiding that I'm not seeing. We're gonna do the safely remove hardware, man. This, I remember this. Yeah, everybody got it so easy now. Let's see. Cruiser Glide USB device. You can right click on modern Windows and do that, but back then you had to go through this whole process. Shouldn't have any trouble with that, really. Oh, we're waiting for all that to process. We might just be hitting it a little too hard at the moment. I might just be trying to get it to do too much stuff at once because it seems really unhappy here. You might have hit it with a little much here. Go to properties. And yep, now we can safely remove our trusty flash drive. And turn off IPv6. I wonder if I just need to... This might be my fault there. Might just not know how to get on the internet. Nope, still says limited. I'm wondering... Something's probably going on here. No, yeah, for some reason it is not able to be on the internet. So I will have to fix that in the future. Although it thinks it's on the internet, it's got the globe and everything, but it's obviously not on the internet. So that's fine. I don't think we really need to do anything else down here. Let's see if we can get our next driver. So that was the chipset. Let's see what else we got going on in here. Drivers. I think it's going to be this one next. Ah, there's our graphics chipset. Let's see if this Intel installer can handle itself. We will leave that off because we will try to turn on Arrow by ourselves. Okay. It's going to be super cool. This one's definitely slower than our Sound Max driver went, but kind of just part of the fun to see what this was like setting up a new computer, you know. I mostly work in the enterprise space, and I think one of these days I'm going to do a video on that. I would really love to kind of document what that process was like on the enterprise side. We will restart later. Let's grab our last driver. Well, we'll see if this this Broadcom network driver helps our problem or not. Because it's kind of strange. It seems like it's getting an internet connection, but then it's like not getting an internet connection, so that's kind of fun. Like we're almost there. Oh, now it's loading up the new NIC. Hopefully it didn't break it. No, it didn't break it. It even remembered our IP settings. So yeah, we need to reboot to get that. Wow, we have a TPM on here. That's kind of interesting. I don't assume that means we're on the internet now. That'd be a super nice fix. Nope, we're still not on the internet. Okay. Yeah, let's load that BIOS up. Or not. Okay, whatever, we won't worry about that. Let's reboot so we can get our graphics up. And then, yeah, I think we'll probably conclude our video here by installing Office 2007 and checking that out real quick. And, yeah. I don't know if this was even like the original keyboard that came with this machine. It's just one I pulled out of the pile. But to be honest, it is like crazy how much just how much computing has changed. You know, I mean, I'm sure they make them, but like, you know, the default Dell ones these days don't have like all the extra separate buttons. A lot of it's just been integrated into the F keys, and it's really interesting to see how much things have changed. This one's even got, you know, an actual volume rocker rather than just, you know, buttons to change the volume. And this one also has this really interesting like USB hub built into it. It's 2-port, but it's kind of nice to have USB ports built in. Yeah, very interesting deal. Well, Windows is taking its time here on that reboot, but that's okay. I find it fascinating how fast this computer's running, to be honest. Like, this computer is running really fast, all things considered. And, you know, that's really amazing, because I remember when I first transitioned to an SSD, and I just thought that made the world of difference. But now, looking at this, I'm like, wow, this hard drive isn't bad. So, alright, we got our GPU. This still doesn't look right. Let's see. Oh yeah, we are. Well, I know this monitor doesn't support going that high. This might be a limitation of my monitor here. Let's see if it can handle 1280 by 768. No, it does not like that. Luckily, it'll revert on its own. Yeah, I definitely need to get a better monitor for this setup if I'm going to be doing this sort of thing. I'm pretty sure Vista will actually switch over unless we've locked up the system. Oh, we've actually... Wow, changing the resolution caused Windows to completely lock up. So, wow. Well, that tells you why Vista wasn't known to be very good. All we did was try to change our video resolution, a very, very basic task, and here we locked the entire system up. So, and look at old startup repair. That's okay. We just we won't change our resolution, despite having the latest available graphics driver I could find. Doesn't look like we're going to be getting away with that. So. Okay, well, we're back in Vista. So as our last little thing with this episode, we're going to hop in our Office 2007 Home Studio installation media and check that out, because this was something, maybe I'll do a separate video on this in a VM, but Office 2007 was something I used extensively for years and years. And it was kind of, honestly, something that, I mean, I did a lot of my schoolwork in 2007. So that's kind of, let's see, let me remember how you get around this. We don't want to start that, since we can't go to full resolution here. And I'm just going to copy the installer media to the disk. Hopefully that'll help with speed. And I don't know how fast this optical drive is. Oh man, 1 megabyte per second. Ooh. Optical drives back in the day were slow. As far as I know, this is the optical drive that came with this machine. Unless somebody swapped it out. But boy, like 1.2, 1.18, 4 minutes just to copy the installer files over. That is just crazy, folks. Seeing how slow it is compared to what we have today. I mean, this is way slower than even a USB 2 flash drive would be. But just seeing this in real time. While we're waiting on that, let's check out just some of the programs we had on this machine, and see what we can do. Windows Mail. Oh, I remember this. I actually had email set up in this. I wonder if we can. I don't really want to put an email into it. Can we? Oh no! Oh no! Can we use it without an email? We can use it without actually giving it an email. Look at that. Look at that cool email that came with it. Like, all this stuff is so crazy to see. Create mail. Man, it'll be fun when I set up like a lab email server to actually do email in these programs and see see what happened when you sent stuff. If I remember right, the contact cards were, yeah. I don't know if this even exists in modern Windows, but I just thought all this was so cool back in the day. If you wanted all people's contacts and stuff saved on your computer. We got a little bit of time. We'll check out one more thing. Small business, I think, was just a website. Yeah. Yeah, this is Vista Business, and they had like done different different like customization things for each version. The meeting space. I always thought this was really cool. If I remember right, it like uses your local network, and you could like set stuff up. What else? We got Windows Photo Gallery. Yeah, it used like your local network. That people near me think that would be so cool to play with one of these days. What else is in accessories? Paint. Oh, an old version of Paint. WordPad. Oh man, there's just so many cool things we could do here. Windows Easy Transfer. I think I actually have one of the like transfer cables. That might be cool to do one of these days. Alright, well, we got a copy of the installation media. I don't know if we're going to be able to get past this without a product key. I think we can skip the key in this version. Yep. We're not going to enter a key right now. And we're going to install everything. And we're going to turn it loose there. And while it's going, we will continue on with our checking out of programs. Windows Calendar. Oh, I forgot this was a thing. Wow. All this stuff now, is built into Outlook or Gmail or whatever you use. But back in the day, I mean, I always preferred having it all on my computer. I always thought it was great to be able to do that. I don't have any upgrade keys, but I do remember Anytime Upgrade, and I do remember upgrading from Home Premium to, I think it was Professional on Windows 7. The old Windows Defender before it got replaced with Essentials. That is awesome. I remember back in the day, people were creating like clones of this program, like they were trying to knock it off. And it was like they were malware, but it was like trying to get you to pay for something that was built into Windows. What else could we play with? Fax and Scan still actually exists on Windows 11 as far as I know. We're going to go back into that little meeting place thing and set that up and see if we can see any other cool menus while we're waiting on Office. Maybe, if it loads. Well, we'll continue setting it up. It'd be really cool. Oh no! Oh well. We see why Vista wasn't very reliable. Well, I probably borked that installation pretty good. So, yeah, kind of an interesting video. I guess we will check out Office 2007 in another episode, because I don't know that that's really going to be able to work properly now. But yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.